Good morning, everyone. It's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group, YouAreTheBroker.com, Home Care Access. The reason I say good morning is because, as per usual, it's early morning hours. The fat man has got to beat the sun. That's why so many of you who I'm doing one-on-one with, you get crazy emails, either early morning hours, middle of the night, all random times, because got to get work done. And I like to work in the middle of the night so I can spend more time during the day with my beautiful baby girl Isabella and my handsome little man Joel Jr. So the reason for this video, I'm going to keep this short because I'm going to share some good content on the back end of this video, so watch all that. I want to share a quick email. I just read this and I responded to it from a good dude in a great state. And he and I had an agreement. I'm working with him one-on-one, helping him start his NEMT business. And at the same time, he's launching a BLS division. So he's starting his NEMT and BLS. So he wanted to get involved in the home care game as well. And I said, listen, you can get the DVDs, you can study the DVDs, but you are not moving forward. You got a lot on your plate. We got to get some things done, so we got to be cool with this. So he obviously did a crash course on watching the DVD series, the Home Care Access DVD series, because he just emailed me and said, "Hi Joel, sorry man, just watch the DVDs. This is totally for me. I need to get into this ASAP. I could definitely leverage this for my NEMT business. It's better for me to start now than wait. I have the bandwidth for this. Trust me. Let's proceed." And he gives me the prayer symbol. Now, he and I had an agreement. He cannot move forward until we lock down this NEMT and BLS. But obviously, he watched the DVDs. He obviously did a crash course, and he wants to move forward. So, all I can tell you is great opportunity. That's all I can tell you is great opportunity. And I know, trust me, I get it. Me talking about home care access, sharing this, the DVDs, I know it's going to upset a lot of you White Walkers who want everything for free and all this kind of stuff, this and that. I'm telling you, look, there's a lot of content. There's a lot of free content online. Go. Feast. Induce yourself in a feeding coma on all the free stuff and become a freebie expert. When you become serious and you realize, man, I waste a lot of time, waste a lot of money, chase down some stupid rabbit holes, then reach out to us, whether it's for the NEMT, for the home care, for launching a broker business, then reach out to us. So before I get too crazy and go off on a tangent, I want to share with you some great content. So I'm going to skip this and move forward because I'm going to go work out. So I can go have my Dunkin' Donuts. So check out this following clip from Marty and Ginny Rube. Awesome people, great people. You're going to learn a lot from them. So we're going to work with someone for 120 days. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between that and a franchise?
About $400,000 in 10 years.
I know. Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with Home Care Access, where our goal is to give you access to home care. Bottom line, I am with my resident experts, my business partners, Ginny and Marty Rube, with Community Caregivers for over 20 years. When you sign up to do one-on-one coaching, you are going to be working with them. Again, did I mention they've been in business for over 20 years and continuing to grow? So what I want to do is talk about some of the benefits of working directly with them. So if you don't mind, one thing that I love about your business, you have a unique business model. I am solicited a lot of the home care agencies that I work with, honestly, we tend to be heavy private pay. You have some private pay clients, but you're also heavy into government contracts. Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting. Someone watching this right now is equally as intrigued as me. Tell me about your government contracts.
Want to start?
The resident expert.
the resident expert. Government contracts
Yes.
are great because they're a constant feeder of clients. And with that constant feeder of clients comes a constant need for staff. So it's a hand in hand that you're going to grow, constant growth, never an end.
Go ahead.
If I can add, if you're gonna go strictly after private and you're starting, most marketers, even part-time's about 25 to 30 grand. And I'm not saying it's like shooting fish in a barrel, but literally your first 6 to 8 months, you don't need to do the marketing.
When you talk about a marketer, can you clarify what you mean by that? Because some agencies, I know they pay someone literally to go out there and market the business.
Correct.
You don't even do that in your business model.
Never.
No, there's 500 people in our county that are waiting for services. And the whole country's that way. It's blowing up.
So you have 500 people waiting. What's it?
We do not have 500 people. There's 500 people under
In the county
a
that
government
we live in.
contract, all right, that are qualified for services, but they can't get anybody in there because there's not enough. It's supply and demand. So somebody's mom and dad literally is not getting a shower.
So what do you mean that? So they're on a waiting list. Where are they? Like, where's this list? Who's waiting? How is this even
You
possible?
explain it.
They actually are qualified for services through the government programs, and they wait wherever they live, whether it be with their loved ones in their own homes privately,
Uh-huh.
while they wait for services to begin.
So how long would they be waiting?
Right now, it's months. Months.
Literally months. So you got son or daughter that is at home taking care of mom and dad. She can't work because nobody's taking care of mom and dad. I mean, it's a nightmare. It's wonderful for us as far as a business model.
You're making this up.
No.
We've been doing this for 20 years, and now is the time.
No, I know you're not making it up. I saw your computer screen was popping with requests, but so when did all this start that people were waiting this long? Is it because of COVID?
COVID and the boomers have been a big number bolster.
People are getting older. People need it. You wouldn't believe how many friends that we have that call us. And if you've ever been in that situation, it's a nightmare. And most of the time, we get the phone call, it's the Hail Mary pass. They should have been talking about this a year ago.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Poor planning.
And you don't think of mom and dad until she falls, and then she goes to rehab. They only give you 100 days, and you have to take care of them.
So someone who's interested in starting their home care agency, they want someone to hold their hand, help them build their business, i.e. you, home care access. They want to leverage our resources to get their business going. What would be the process to them tapping into, if you're telling me that there's people just in your county, you said, over 500 people in your county waiting.
Yes.
If it's like this all over the country, all these different counties, people are waiting to be serviced. Someone retains our services. We start working with them. How are we going to hold their hand to help them to tap into?
Here's the deal.
That's a lot.
When we started going after government contracts, we were very ignorant. And you wouldn't believe how much, and I'm not trying to say it's bad, but it took us about a year to 2 years, and we were in a franchise to even understand all the policies, procedures, the bureaucracy. Not to brag, we've been doing it for 20 years. We're gonna walk you through step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yeah. Instead of
We're gonna
someone
hold your
just
hand.
telling you what to do, you need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. And it makes more sense then.
So we're going to work with someone for 120 days.
Mhm.
What's the difference between that and a franchise?
About $400,000 in 10 years.
I know.
Here's the deal. Everybody's about 25 to 35,000. That's just put your money in the game.
Exactly.
And then if you got to do brick and mortar, whatever, you've got probably about maybe $100,000. That's just to get into the ball game. After that, now you've got 5%, which is standard royalty.
Yeah.
We were up to $6,000 to $7,000 a month after so many years. And it literally, and it's going to sound like I'm exaggerating, it's literally about $700,000 over the 20 years. But we bought out our franchise, and that's a whole other story.
But you did your franchise for 6 years, was it?
About 6 years.
A little longer.
And then you bought out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Long story. A couple
How much
of-
money do you think that you you wasted before you had the epiphany of we're bailing, we're out of this franchise?
Here's the deal. The first 2 years, needed every day, needed that stuff, and it was well worth the money.
Don't lose that point. That's important. Keep going.
I'm just saying, for 2 years, I needed them. Year 3, where's my royalty check? Where's my royalty
Yeah.
check? Hey, could you come down? And this is not just our franchise. I don't want to put down our franchise that was there. This is across the board.
Okay, so this is a key point. Someone watching this, they're saying, okay, if you needed a franchise for 2 years, why don't I need a franchise right now?
Because again, like I told you earlier, it's the key of knowing your industry, knowing your product. Whereas when we were in a franchise, we were told just do this, sign here, do this, do this. I didn't know what I was signing. I didn't understand what it was that we were providing.
Mhm.
They just said do it.
Here's the biggest point on that. So here's your finance or your franchise. You got $100,000. Did I tell you that you could only solicit within 5 miles?
Mhm.
Because we're going to
Yeah.
put another one here and another one there, and that's kind of what happened to us. And I'm like,
Very
I had a-
so it restricted
Yes.
your territory
Very
earning
limited.
potential.
we had Summit
So
County
you're paying $35,000 to get in the franchise, 5% royalty, and they're restricting your size.
Yes.
plus 2% for marketing.
So now you're out of it. You're out. You bought out after 6 or 7 years. You go private. You do heavy government contracts, private pay. You don't even have a marketer right now. You can't even keep up with it. You couldn't even hire a marketer if you wanted to because you can't even keep up with existing demand.
Not to be rude, why would I need one?
Totally agree.
I mean,
I
literally, the business is out
I
there.
agree. So someone retains our services
Mhm.
for 120 days. What type of help and assistance can you give someone who invests in this training program with finding the right type of caregivers, training the right type of caregivers? Obviously, there's not one single area, one single location, one single well to go to find caregivers. There's a lot of different ways. What type of assistance can you offer someone for 120 days?
In 120 days, you'll be ready to take on caregivers, to take on clients, and everything in between. Be compliant with the state policies and procedures.
You'll be training them, whether it's online, in person. We can hire experienced people. There's a lot of varieties and ways of getting people. It's
Mhm.
finding those people. And then, as I said before, about relationships. It's all about having a relationship. They trust you, you trust them, and they have to have a love for the elderly.
So what about the different rules and regulations? So if someone is interested in this program and they're from the state of Alabama, their rules and regulations could be different than someone in the state of Kansas. What type of assistance are you going to provide them?
We're taking them on, we're going to hold them by the hand. We're going to go, I will call personally, they're working with me one-on-one. Here's the criteria, this is what we got to do. And I will tell you, we'll hold your hand, but you got to be accountable. We're only looking for people that say, okay, what do I do this week? What do I do next week? If you follow our plan, you'll make a lot of money. You'll have a great business.
And a good understanding of what the business is that you're in, not just being told again what to do.
You're going to hold their hand.
We're going to be email away on Wednesday. If you have to find out this happened, because unless you're in this industry, everything happens.
Here's why I jokingly asked that question.
Go ahead.
So many people on the social media, on the Facebooks, on the Twitters, the LinkedIns and all that stuff, and they're trying to help people start their home care, and they're doing all the virtual stuff, the Zooms, and they try to get all these people in there to automate it as much as possible. I want to be clear. You're talking about one-on-one for 120
There's only
days.
3 ways to learn this business. You do it on your own, do the research. I mean, the internet's phenomenal. In 2 years, you could know everything and be better at most. You can do a franchise, or you can do coaching and consulting. The difference is a lot of people that are out there on the internet. There's about 4 major players that are very good. They know this industry back and forth. Usually, they're looking for a guy that's already doing $3 million. I want the person that says, today's the first dollar, let's put it up there. And
That's
then
good
you're not
point.
gonna get that.
Great point. All right, so I don't want to lose that point. Some of these guys out there promising, boom, we're going to make you a $5 million business. How realistic is that?
It can be done, but it's not going to be your immediate. You know, it's hard work. You have to be willing to put the work in, like anything. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you
So this
wanna-
isn't get rich quick?
no.
Well, you just shattered someone's hopes and dreams. Someone wants to set it and forget it and just go to the front.
I just read yesterday, the guy says in 7 days you could be making 30 grand if you do this. And I mean, it's all over the internet. We all know that. We are not fly by night. We are saying, here's 20 years of experience. We know exactly how to go from A to B, but you got to follow the rules. And
If
it's out there.
someone is doing one-on-one coaching with home care access, can they be guaranteed they're not going to be part? And I hate this. Can you guarantee they are not going to be part of a group Zoom chat or mass meeting education process?
No. Once a year, you're with 400 other people. No. No, this is you email me, Marty and Jeannie, and immediately
We're going to respond.
I'm going to respond because we've got the answers and you don't know the answer. And we're saying, hey, here, do that. There's going to be very few instances that we haven't.
Let me put things in perspective. Okay, so you said there's 3 ways to do it. You can go get a franchise. Now you mentioned before, probably about 400,000
Yeah.
between your franchise fee and your accumulation of royalties and your accumulation of marketing.
At least.
So 400 grand.
Mhm.
So you wasted 400 grand. The second way you said you could do it yourself. Now the thing that interests me about that is that someone could do it themselves, and like you said, within 2 years you could figure it all out your own.
It's out there.
But what I always say to people, you have to place a value on your losses. How much are you willing to lose in time, in money, in resources, and effort? And there is a valuation of that. So that's why I get it. Because anyone who watches this and knows me from home care or any NT industries, they know I'm not a franchise guy. I don't espouse it. There's no need for it for either industry. Likewise, hey, you could learn through the School of Hard Knocks, but what is the cost of all your mistakes?
Let me tell you what happens. You get all lathered up and you're excited because we were never in business together. And I am so happy, so proud they're getting everything. 2 years later, we really sat down and said, for $6,000 a month, are we getting anything? We were done after the first 2 years. There was everything to learn at that point. And we learned it. But for $400,000 or whatever that number is, you know what I'm saying?
So someone purchases all this training material, all the marketing material.
We're talking about actually, you do not have to go and get your logo. You can use ours, marketing materials you get. I mean, there's so many steps that you would have to know every aspect of payroll, billing, advertising, the marketing, policies and procedures. I'm just saying everything is available of what we have. We're not a franchise. I own everything. You're able to do that.
So to be clear, anyone who invests in this coaching, they're not purchasing into a franchise.
They can be community caregivers as long as you're not down the street from me. No, but I'm being serious. It's a great thing. No, I own that and they can have that. I don't want the competition. But if they wanted to say, I want to duplicate what you guys have done, we would do that.
Good. No, I agree. I love it. So listen, any of you watching, if you're serious about starting your own business, again, they've been in business for over 20 years. How long have I known you guys for?
10 years?
Probably 10 years.
Probably 10 years. We've had a lot of events together.
Done. Very good.
You didn't tout how successful you've been. I'm partnered with Coach here. He's the best. I'm being totally honest. Probably the smartest entrepreneur, and I tell everybody that.
You're making me blush.
No, but you've done it over the years. So
I appreciate that. If you're serious about starting your own non-medical home care agency, definitely spend time on this website. Digest a lot of the content. Feel free to send us a message, reach out to us with any questions. We'll do our best to be of assistance for sure. If you're serious about moving forward, you literally want them to hold your hand and help you build your business. They're going to do it. You are not going, I promise you this, because I can't stand it. You're not going to be part of a mass learning process, a mass Zoom meeting. Nothing irks me more than that. I want to have one-on-one access with an expert. These are your experts. So if you're serious about moving forward, spend time on the website, send us a message, ask us questions, and when you're ready to move forward, click the links and enlist their help.